All right, so here are chords for Under the Moon. This is your G6. You're gonna see this a lot because I'm like muting this A string. So I've got my middle finger on the low E on the 3rd fret, and then that's also muting the A string. And then pointer finger on 2, pinky on 3, and then ring finger up on 3 on the B string. I'm also using my index finger to mute the high E. So here I'm doing low E, 7, 5, 7, and then muting B and E. And that's what all those X's are. You know, anytime that I'm not playing a string, I'm actively trying to mute it to get just a cleaner sound in general, and I like to do this. So, you know, if you're just finger picking, you can leave these open. But when you're, you know, that's not the sound I want. So. Probably should have put that into the tab, but I didn't. So you got the G6, the E minor 7, and you're going to the Anthony chord, the A minor 11. So this is middle finger once again, doing double duty on 5th fret and muting the A string. And then you've got ring finger and pinky on the 5th fret as well. It's going to feel kind of cramped at first. And then the pointer finger is on 3 and muting the high E. It's a pretty cool chord, and anytime I'm on the 6, this is like a very Anthony way to play the 6 of anything. It's a very Anthony way to play the 2 of anything. So you've got that minor 7, you've got your minor 3 right there. And then you've got this suspension up top. And it's just very guitar-y, very nice. To the D7, this is a pretty classical way to do D7, 5, starting on the A string, so I'm not playing the low E at all. 5, 4, 5, 3. Muting the high E and the low E. Now here comes the sort of Under the Moon chord. Spooky on its own, kind of noir-y, but in the context of the song, I think it just sounds kind of like jazzy, you know, little shoulder jazzy. So you're going from this 5, 4, 5, 3 to your I'm barring basically the 3rd fret up here. I'm going 5, 4, 3, 5. And then, in order to really, you're such a cutie. You're such a cutie.
Keep going.
She doesn't even know. All right, so you've got. So I'm just doing them so that I can get to that G6 to do the cycle over again. When I'm singing, that goes through 3 times, and then it goes to like a second part. So we dance circles around that old thing, moonstruck since the first time I heard you sing. I'd been singing sorrows all my life long. Oh, it's nice to know I'll never be under the moon again. So this part's a little weird. This is the turnaround. So I'm going 3, 6, 2, 5. But they're all a little Anthony-fied, you know, Tony-fied. So first you got your B minor 11. Once again, that's the same shape as that A minor 11. It's just 2 frets up. So we've got the 7, block the A string, 7, 7, 5. And then this is the E7. You can put the low E in there if you want, but just for the sake of simplicity, it's just go really quick. This is a short measure, A7, C over D. You know, that sort of 70s suspended sound, where it's like you got C in the right hand and then D in the bass. So we've got classic A7 bar chord, 5, 7, 5, 6, 5. You can play that high if you want. I just sort of nail the bottom of it, you know. And this is another sort of heavy Anthony chord, so you've got 10, mute, 10, 9, 8, mute. And that's great with 5 in the bass. It's 4 over 5. It's a great substitution for your 5 chord. You know, C over D, basically you're creating a D suspension, but instead of in classical, well, it's a D sus, but you know, I call it C over D or C slash D. It's a slash chord. Circles around that old thing, moonstruck since the first time I heard you sing. I'd been singing sorrows all my life long. Oh, it's nice to know I'll never be under the moon again. Same thing for the second verse. I'll get a whiskey, you grab the gin, so on and so forth. It's nice to know I'll never be under the moon again. And then the bridge. Orbiting high, little fireflies. What a dream, what a ride, what a high you are. Alright, so this part, I was trying to do like a classic jazz modulation. So we've got C minor 11, classic Anthony, F7. So, you know, here we go. 8, block, 8, 8, 6, 8, 7, 8, 6. Good old D minor 7, so that's 5, so that's nothing on the low E, 5, 7, 5, 6, 5. And then, you know, to give it a little floating feeling, you've got your E7, so that's 7, 6, 7, 5. Back to the top of that, back to the C minor 11, 8, block, 8, 8, 6, block, 8, 7, 8, 6, resolve to that B flat 6, so that's going to be fret 6, block, 5, 6, no wait, 6, block, 5, 7, 6, block, and then we go back with the D augmented, so D sharp 5, a D9 sharp 5, so block, 5, 4, 3, 5, block. Sorry, lots of counting. C minor 11, F7, D minor 7, E7, C minor 11, F7, D flat 6, 5 of 1, you know, where this is just taking us back to G. So we can, you know, go back into the main riff. Now the end, I do a tag. So, baby, marry me, what do you say? Okay, warm and cozy, coffee and warm feet. Keep those love songs coming all my life long. Oh, it's nice to know I'll never be. Keep going, that going, back to the B minor 11. Nice to know I'll never be. Oh, it's nice to know we'll never be under the moon. And then on again. again, I do the sort of floaty ending thing again. And so that is C minor 9. And I'm just using a B flat major scale for these last two chords. So C minor 9, block, 3, 1, 3, 3, nothing. Another classic Anthony chord. And when you're improvising over this, that's your home key, not G. You're going to be thinking B flat. So C minor 9, F7, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1. And then you've got yourself a G major 13. So this is 3, nothing, 2, 4, 3. And I'm actually barring, so that F sharp is included up there. And then I usually do, you know, which is the G major 13, sharp 11, sharp 15. And the sharp 15 is just 2 octaves above. And the reason I like it is because it's a 5th above the sharp 11. It's crunchy. So get ready for some crunch with that bad boy. Yeah, so I'm just gonna play through the whole song so you can sort of have something to practice to. I'll do it kind of slow, but try to keep the feel of the song. But I have the tabs all on Discord, so hopefully that can be helpful to you. They're weird, and the short measures, you know, are there to trick you. So yeah. Circles around that old thing, moonstruck since the first time I heard you sing. I'd been singing sorrows all my life long. Oh, it's nice to know I'll never be under the moon again. I'll get a whiskey, you grab the gin. I'm so damn happy, all I am is a grin. I'll keep singing love songs all my life long. Oh, it's nice to know I'll never be under the moon again. Little fireflies, what a dream, what a ride, what a high you are. Baby, marry me, what do you say? Warm and cozy, coffee and warm feet, keep those love songs coming all my life long. Oh, it's nice to know I'll never be. Is it nice to know you'll never be? Oh, it's nice to know we'll never be under the moon again. All right, hopefully that was helpful. Sorry it took me so long to get that up. Yeah, so let me know if you have any questions. I'm sure that there are questions. once again, it's some weird, very specific fingerings. You know, I tend to use my middle finger on the lowest string because it's the longest finger, and because I want to be able to do things like that up top. And it also divides the hand up in really interesting ways, where if I'm rooted to my middle finger at the bottom, I have one finger to do stuff behind that and two fingers to do stuff in front of it. Largely, my ring finger is going to be doing the same fret as whatever my middle is doing. Just because it's really difficult to, it hurts actually to get that ring finger to do stuff independently. And so linking it to the middle finger is going to make your life so much easier. You don't want to be doing this. You're going to kill your hand. And actually, when I teach guitar students the major scale, the first one that I teach them is the G major scale starting on this. And I teach them that each finger is assigned to a fret. So it goes. So in that, every single finger always hits the same fret. Index finger always hits the second fret. Ring always hits the third. Middle always hits the third. Ring always hits the fourth. Pinky always hits the fifth. I cheated there. And that really gets your middle finger as the home, but it also it gets you thinking about the ergonomics. The other thing that I want to say before I end the video is, in this song in particular, I'm doing a lot of leading tone. So a leading tone just means that if I'm going to the 7th fret on the A string, before the downbeat, I just hit the note right below it. And that doesn't matter if it's in the key or, you know, it just works. So that is a bad note in G. But it's not about where it is, it's about where it's going, and it creates a moment of tension that immediately releases. And that's something that I do when I'm soloing too. If I have a target note, you know, if I'm soloing in G, I might go to the note right under a target note. If I want to land on that note, is what I'm doing. So I'm going right under the note and I'm just scooping into it. And you'll actually notice that a lot of classical composers will make an entire chord progression out of one note being a leading tone and resolving late. And so it's something that's really valuable to play with. And now that you've heard that, that's going to pop up in my solos all the time. You're going to be like, oh, Anthony's doing that leading tone thing. It's just a little bonus. I do that a lot in this song. I could do it before every single chord. And because I'm like landing on the downbeat on that next chord, it just sounds like it's just a precursor to the next thing. It's a pretty common thing in jazz, and a lot of jazz artists you know, when they're soloing, they'll actually enclose a note. So instead of, they'll go, and so they'll go from both above and below, and you'll hear it all the time. They make it sound a lot smoother than I did there, but yeah, hopefully that helps.